Chapter 19. After Alessandro and Ramona left Father Gasparo's place, they turned north, crossed the river. Fortunately, the water level was low, so it was easy to walk through. Alessandro said there's too much flowing water in the spring. It was fortunate that they were crossing it after summer. He admitted he only regretted was telling Father Gasparo exactly where they're going. Granted, if anyone is looking for them and asks him, he will be discreet and careful not to say the wrong thing. Some from San Pasquale to San Diego. They passed the mesa. Alessandro said that this was the site of one of the battles between the Mexicans and Americans. He asked Ramona if there might be additional battles. Ramona did admit that Felipe told her that more fights are likely. Alessandro was disappointed. Indians only fight for vengeance, never for money or land. Ramona suggested there are many good Americans. Alessandro was skeptical. If they really are good Americans, where are they? Where's the justice? Why didn't they stop the thieves and murderers? Why didn't they bring them to justice? Ramona admitted Senor also calls them thieves. She used to have double the current amount of land. Alessandro said the swallow told him about Senor Moreno. His property extended to the sea. Ramona admitted that was all Senor said, to the sea. When she asked him whether or not they'll get to see the ocean, he shook his head. They're headed to the valley. The hills surround it. However, he said that Ramona will love it and they will build a house. And his people will help build it. It will be a poor place. She shook her head. Any place with him would be a beautiful place. Although Senoro's place was huge, there was a lot of work to do to keep it up. She would rather live in a comfortable home. Alessandro admitted he's afraid of saints. They didn't protect the Indians. Ramona shook her head. It's wrong to be afraid of saints. He needs to know the saints have also suffered. Ramona knew that he loved her. She knew in her heart. That's all she feels in her heart. That's how she knows the saints love her. That's how she knows if she'll see the Blessed Virgin. And that's how he will know. He will feel it in his heart when that she loves him. He replied, loving a saint is completely different from loving a person. She told him there was a statue of the Blessed Virgin in her room. Since she didn't have her mother physically with her, the statue filled that void. She helped her plan her escape, and she reminded her of the things she had forgotten. When he offered to steal the statue, she told him it would be a sin, and God will smite him for everything, even thinking that. She refused to let him do that. Her courage almost vanished. He corrected and said that there are some things that belonged to him. He would get them later, such as the rawhide bed, chairs, and beautiful parchment books. About after dawn, they reached San Pasquale Valley. Alessandro said that the first house would be made from tule because they cannot afford to use adobe. The horses were slowly walking side by side. Alessandro said that if he was a martyr, Ramona would know if Alessandro loved her. Ramona's heart broke to hear that Alessandro was beaten down by the events of earlier that year. She told him she would never lie to him. Alessandro belongs to her. They rode down to the valley. They saw large flat baskets of grapes drying in the sun. Women and children were pounding acorns into bowls. Others were beating the yucca stalks and soaking them in the water. Others were weaving baskets. Men were outside the village. They were at the autumn sheep shearing or working on large irrigation ditch. Alessandro explained that some of them are from Temecula. They're building their own homes. At this time, he introduced Isidro. Alessandro spoke in his native language. He introduced them. Isidro welcomed them, told them there's a room for both of them. He explained that Ramona only speaks Spanish. However, she will learn their language in due time. He explained that she's half Indian. Children were not afraid of Ramona. Woman was shy in the beginning. However, they immediately realized that they are a couple. She knew the simplest acts of these people had profound meaning. Isidro was in the center of the village. 4 small houses, 3 were made out of reeds, 1 was from adobe. The great fig tree shaded the property. The lower branch was fastened with willow bands, plastering with adobe, containing many rooms. There were many doves and dovelings. Between the houses were baskets woven of twigs. These outdoor granaries kept acorns, barley, wheat, and corn. When asked whether or not these were difficult to make, he told her he would get her all she wants. It only takes a couple of days to make one of them. She corrected she wants to make them, not buy them. One of the Thule houses was vacant. Isidro's brother's family went to San Bernardino to work. It's a tiny place, but it'll do while they're out of town. Alessandra asked if this would do for Ramona. She replied in the affirmative. Nearby, she saw the chapel. She saw the year 1790 on the side. Ramona felt protected whenever she saw it. There was a bit of good news from Isidro. They saved cattle from Temecula. From Alessandra's father and almost 100 sheep. Isidro explained, in the spring, Alessandra's father asked Isidro to take a herd of cattle up the mountain because there wasn't enough plants in Temecula for them to eat. So Isidro took 50 cattle, and some of them have bred in interim. Ramon herd them with his herd all summer long. He left a man up there. They will get them down the valley next week. It's time to shear all of them. Before Isidro could continue, he ran to Ramona, told her the good news. Some of the cattle and sheep from Temecula were saved. They're on their way over to the valley. Ramona reminded him that she told him God will provide them with everything they need. At this point, Alessandra became a believer. As he walked back to Isidro, though, he had an internal conversation. He wondered if she would still have faith if she saw what happened in Temecula. He felt all the saints have forsaken his people. So questions, comments, constructive criticisms, asking for clarification, let me know. And I shall see you next time. Take care.